The core controversy in a recent rugby match has ignited intense debates about player conduct and sportsmanship. When England emerged victorious with a narrow 27-23 win over Argentina, tensions spilled over both on and off the field, revealing undercurrents of aggression and disrespect that many find troubling. But here's where it gets controversial. What really happened behind the scenes? And what does it say about the spirit of the game? Argentina's head coach, Felipe Contepomi, did not hold back in expressing his outrage after the game. The former legendary fly half accused English flanker Tom Curry of shoving him in the tunnel, a move that's typically seen as unprofessional and unsportsmanlike after the intense match. Contepomi's frustration was heightened by the emotional aftermath of an injury to his team's fullback, Juan Cruz Malia, which significantly impacted the Argentinians' final moments. During the match, Malia was injured when Curry delivered a late, high-impact tackle after the ball had been kicked upfield. This collision resulted in Malia suffering a knee injury, forcing him off the pitch, and ultimately leaving Argentina to play the last moments with only 14 players instead of the full 15. Although Curry was penalised for the late hit, he received no further sanctions, a decision that left Contepomi visibly upset. The Argentine coach pointed out that shortly before the final whistle, Rodrigo Isgro scored a try, giving his team one last chance to overturn the result. However, despite their valiant effort, England's Ben Earl secured victory by diving on a loose ball right as time expired. In the post-match press conference, a journalist inquired about Curry's tackle. Contepomi's response was candid and sharp, questioning whether the incident was merely slightly late or something more reckless, and expressing disbelief that such rough play didn't warrant a harsher punishment. He alluded to previous decisions, suggesting that if a late tackle with serious consequences warrants a card, why wasn't Curry's incident penalised more stringently? This exchange highlighted ongoing debates about consistency in refereeing and the penalties handed out during high-stakes matches. Contepomi also voiced his concerns about the use of the new collision detection technology, specifically the head impact assessments, HIAs. While the technology is designed to protect players, he criticised how it was being used, citing an incident where Pablo Matera had to undertake an HIA after a high tackle, despite the fact that the process was misused by one of his players. He questioned whether the technology was being exploited or perhaps misapplied, raising concerns about its effectiveness and fairness. But the story doesn't stop there. After the game concluded, a physical altercation broke out in the tunnel. Video footage captured Curry leaving the pitch first, with a teammate rushing after him in haste. The Argentine players were visibly annoyed with Curry's on-field conduct, and Contepomi was particularly livid when he described how Curry intentionally shoved him in the tunnel, an action he interpreted as a form of bullying. Contepomi explained that Curry approached him under the pretense of socializing, but then resorted to a push on his chest after Contepomi pointed out Malia's injury. "He came into the tunnel, shoved me, and broke our player's knee," Contepomi said with frustration. "That's reckless behaviour, and if this is how players are rewarded or praised these days, it sets a dangerous precedent for the future of rugby. After hurting a teammate, you'd expect humility and a respectful apology, but instead, Curry reacted aggressively and dismissively, like a bully. This incident has sparked widespread debate. Some argue that toughness and aggressive play are integral to rugby's identity, while others believe that crossing the line into physical intimidation and disrespect undermines the sport's integrity." Contepomi's comments challenge us to consider: should the rugby world accept behaviours that resemble bullying, or does this reflect a troubling trend that needs to be addressed? The controversy surrounding Curry's conduct, both on and off the field, exemplifies the ongoing debate about sportsmanship, player accountability, and the values we uphold in rugby. Do you agree that such aggressive behaviour should be tolerated or condemned? What message does this send to aspiring players about respect and professionalism in the sport? Share your thoughts below. Are we witnessing a new era of rugby that embraces toughness at the expense of respect? Or are these incidents exceptions that highlight ongoing issues that must be corrected? The comments are open. Let's start a conversation.